Hello, Faith Community. It's Pastor Cam back again with another passage of the day. Today's passage comes from the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 24. And it says, "Anyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock." And this comes from a parable where Jesus talks about a wise man building his house on a rock, not on the sand. Because a house that's got a firm foundation will stand and withstand storms and things that come against it. Sand is just going to shift depending on what's happening. And, Jesus here is encouraging people to listen to him and do what it is that he is saying that we should do. Now, that's a very strong thing to say. It's a very it's kind of egotistical if you think about it. If you're not in fact God, it's a very egotistical thing to say, hey, do everything that I say and your life will have a solid footing and have a solid ground. Listen to me and obey me, and you will be set firm. But this is what Jesus is saying. Listen to me, obey me, do what I say, and your life will have a solid center, a solid thing to build on. And that's where we come into faith. That's how faith is built, is this understanding that Jesus is more than just a man. Jesus is God, and therefore what he says will give us a firm foundation for life, even though sometimes what he says may not make the most sense in light of everything that's going on around us. But he tells us things to do for a reason. He tells us to follow him for a reason. He tells us to obey his commands for a reason. And that is because he knows that they're true, that they are solid, that they are firm. And if we jump around from one thing to another, we are going to be like somebody who's built their life on sand. And when things get rough, some of the sand is going to start to shift. And then we're going to say, oh, well, this is true. And then we're going to be over here. Like, if you've ever been in a house that is shifted, you see the damage that it's done. And eventually that damage will bring the house down. So build your house on the words and the commands of Jesus. And then you will have a solid foundation to build the rest of your life on. Thank you, and God bless.